And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas for continuing coverage of this year's APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by the Hall of Fame legend, the striking Viking, Ava Lawrence. Ava, 3 championships down in the 8-Ball Classic, 2 to go. Up next is the orange tier, where we started with 216 participants. We're down to the final 2, and they're going to be competing for a prize package worth $15,000.
You know, after all the singles boards across the country, here in Canada also, and then naturally after that, if you qualify for that, you play in the regionals, and to get here, just to get here is something, but to be playing in this arena, I have a feeling we're going to get just as much of a treat as we did last 2 matches or 2 tournaments we had before this.
Nice. Definitely excited. Before we meet our finalists in the 8-Ball Classic, let's give you a quick breakdown of some of the key rules here. Of course, APA rules apply in this match. Coaching is not allowed, as this is singles or individual play competition. As I mentioned, 5 championships decided today, 1 in each skill level tier. We're going to be watching the orange tier as we move from afternoon into evening. Now let's meet our championship finalists. We have from Montgomery, Illinois, Anthony Lewis. Anthony is a skill level 7. And from West Covina, California, we have Joshua Manuel, skill level 6. As I mentioned, they're going to be competing for a prize package of $15,000. with the runner-up taking home a prize package worth $9,000. This will be a 5-4 race, and I think our competitors are just about ready to go, so let's head down into the arena and get the orange tier of the 8-Ball Classic underway. This will be Joshua Manuel with the break. Again, he is from West Covina, California. Skill level 6. Not much doing on the break there. And that'll bring his opponent, Anthony Lewis, to the table. Anthony is a skill level 7, or has gone to a skill level 7, which makes us have this 1-game disparity in the race. Anthony will need 5 games to Joshua's 4. And this is the orange tier of the APA 8-Ball Classic, all part of the APA Pool Player Championships, happening here in Las Vegas in Pool Dog Arena.
I had a chance to watch Anthony a little bit in the semifinals. He was playing on one of the tables I was sitting at. I didn't really see Joshua. He was playing on the other side of the room, but smart player, plays very steady.
Defeated Benjamin Gallagher in the semifinal round.
This table looks awfully pretty right now. He got a little too far in that with that cue ball. Now he's going to have to try to avoid going into any of the balls, because right now everything has a pocket, and once you start going into the balls, it's not necessarily a good thing at this point. If he's straight enough to draw straight back and not go into the 14, he's in good shape. If not, then he's going to be flirting with... Well, he's all right there. Got the 14. The 15 goes, 11 goes, 9 goes, and 8 goes. So at this level, this is a orange tier with skill level 6s, and obviously Anthony at some point went up 1 skill level to a skill level 7.
It does look like he played in the semifinal as a 7, so he's had a little time to try to adjust to the giving the extra game, if you will.
Right. And I think, just like this, you said it, it's all it is an extra game. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you're going to have to, you know, play with weights on your legs, I mean, on your feet or something, or, you know, shoot backhanded. It's just one more game. And he's been playing up to it in this tournament, so.
Anthony is a man of few words as I review his bio sheet, but one of the things he did say on here was that he wanted to give a shout out to all the folks back in Will County, Illinois. And those friends there at Long Shots, I'm assuming his pool room or the place he chooses to play pool the most.
Again, players going up in this tournament. I want to just nip this in the bud right now because there's some people that may not be familiar with this. It's when Larry and Terry set this league up, how many years ago now?
Over 40. We
Over
were
40
40,
years,
yeah,
that's
close to
right.
45 years now.
It's largely based on Terry is an excellent golfer, and so was Larry. And it's very much, some of it is set up like golf. So in other words, we input after each round. We don't take, if you show up here as a skill level 4, for instance, you don't play necessarily all the way through as a 4. Players are going to play, pretend that it's, play 9 matches, pretend that you played 9 weeks in a row. And
It's
if
like a
none of you,
session's worth of matches in
yeah,
3
half a
days or
session.
2
And
days.
so if you have never seen anybody actually go up from one week to another because they happen to play some good matches, then you probably haven't played APA. So just to kind of explain to those that don't know how the system works. So yes, we input just like we would from one week to the next after each round.
And that brings Joshua Manuel back to the table. Also a man of few words. Just wanted to give a shout out to his homeboys. Back in California. Been playing pool 15 years. Seems like a fairly young guy. He's been playing for 15 years. He's started young. Inspired by Efren Reyes. Watching Efren Reyes matches.
Well, he's not the only one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's guaranteed. And he's taken good advantage here so far of this open table. 4-ball does pass by the 15, so there's no issue there. I'm looking for him to play the 1-4-7 or 1-7-4, even better. And then 2-5, so he's in good shape either way.
I thought you did a great job of being impartial in that last match. I know it was a
Thank
player
you.
from your league area that won, but let me ask you afterwards, was there any kind of celebration, little
Well, I went
miniature celebration?
over to congratulate him, and he said he's going to take very good care of his new trophy. And
Not going to rip the top off this one?
no, Stan, he can. I don't think
He can
he's going
stand alone?
You
Get
can
it?
only mark the pocket with one thing, so Stan is going to get to hang out still. But I think that she's going to get to stand as a first place trophy. A little different with a first and a
Sure.
third place trophy. So yeah, but he was pretty excited, and I went up to his dad, and he shed some tears
It's
of
awesome.
joy. So he was so happy he could be here for
It's
it.
an awesome moment, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Josh Manuel shooting on the 8-ball very quickly here. A chance to take a 1-0 lead. What is a race to 4 for him? No problem there. He is on the board first, 1-0. And he will have the break. While we've got a moment, let's hear a quick word from our friends at pooldog.com. back here at Pool Dog Arena. Second rack of this 8-Ball Classic Orange Tier Championship match. Joshua Manuel with the break.
And a good break. It was solid. Cue ball came down table a little bit, but look at that. Nothing is tied up. I believe he made a solid. He's going to have a problem making a solid here. He might be looking at rail first, trying to make the 5-ball behind that 11. There it is. Nice shot. Still nothing easy here. Always got the 4-ball on the side.
This is the 4th of 5 championships today that we bring you guys. All thanks to our friends at Pool Dog. Your presenting sponsors of all of our coverage of this year's Pool Player Championships. We will have at, well, scheduled to start at 5 p.m. We got a little bit of a late start here. But we will still have the purple tier, the skill level 7s this evening. Sometime around 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Best way to get those notifications is by liking or following our Facebook page or subscribing to our YouTube channel. You'll get that notification when that match begins. As Josh can't get that one to fall in the corner. Brings Anthony back to the table. Anthony surveying the situation a little bit.
Yeah, he's not looking at any easy shots to get him started here. It's going to be jacked up or at least impeded a little bit by the 15 ball here to shoot to 13. That's all he's got. So the big shot here, key shot to have a chance to get out here. That 6 ball hanging there may affect this one. This one right here. Both the 12 and the 15 ball, or the 11 ball, I believe it is. That's a good shot, getting down to the 11. And he should be able to take care of the 12 ball as well. Just draw it back a little bit. And not quite what he wanted to do there. He may have to be forced to go all the way down, and I don't know. Does he have enough angle to force it around? No. It's in a tough spot. Trying to slice this all the way down and get a shot on the next ball is, wow, talk about a tall order. Shot is difficult enough, but to play the speed to get right back about, here is not that easy. Unless he can hit the right side of the 12 and just drift the cue ball down. Try to play the speed to snooker in behind the 6 and the one, but that's also tough, especially here in the first, or actually the second rack, before you've gotten really used to the speed. He's checking out the bank. Have to hit this with some center so he doesn't scratch in the corner pocket. A nice shot. But now what? Not getting any easier.
I think he would agree from this
Yeah.
reaction there.
Yeah.
Little shake of the head. And a busy day here in Pool Dog Arena. Lots of folks coming in and out. If you're still here at the West Gate, feel free to come down and check out these last couple matches of the evening. See some outstanding play, no doubt. These last two tiers, the upper level tiers of the 8-Ball Classic. Got to bring Joshua Manuel back to the table. Trying to extend his lead. Pockets that one on the side.
Uh-oh. Well, he's going to have a shot. Just enough to see it, to make it in the corner pocket. This would be for a 2-0 lead. Again, Joshua, if he makes this, he would only need 2 to win the championship. Anthony still to get on the board.
Nailed it.
Oh.
Pockets
Seen that
the
happen
8.
a few times.
Pockets the 8. Narrowly misses the scratch. Takes a 2-0 lead in what is a race to 4 for Joshua. Off to a very good start here, Ava.
Yeah, it's what you wanna. It's what you want. Get that lead. Get on the board first.
Nice view of Pool
Second would
Dog
be
Arena
nice.
there.
Yeah.
Again, some seats still available. Come on down if you're still here at the West Gate.
Still some people coming in. Yeah.
Last couple matches, they're going to be good ones. Heavy hitters, as I like to call them. See the prize breakdown, the prize money breakdown, I should say here. Tomorrow we'll be back 1 p.m. Pacific and then 7 p.m. Wow, we got kind of a gap in between our doubleheader tomorrow, right?
We get to eat.
Yeah.
Which we don't get to do today.
Good way to look at it. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Get a meal in there. Another strong break, but.
And the 9-ball singles and 8-ball doubles just started today.
They just start today?
Yeah, no, the 9-ball doubles did.
Okay.
Yeah.
8-ball doubles.
I mean,
8-ball
doubles.
Yeah, we saw
Sorry.
9-ball doubles last night finish out.
I'm getting punch drunk.
Well, we're kind of getting there, that point of the tournament.
Yeah.
Anthony Lewis back at the table now, trailing by 2 games. Looking to put together a run. Surveying the table. Plotting his strategy.
Well, he's got a great start with the 7-ball there. Does he have a choice? Guess he's got choice, doesn't he? No. Yes. Yes, he's got choice. I take it he's not crazy about the solids. Hmm.
Joshua back to the table. Slow start to this third rack. Both players having several hours of downtime after their semifinal win, being the fourth match played today. Hopefully they were able to get on a practice table somewhere and hit a few balls.
Mm-hmm.
They were not able to have her get on the championship table because we were in the middle of a championship.
Right.
Or 3 championships during that time. How did you like to handle that when you were playing the downtime in between a match? Did you like to hit balls or did you just like to stay away?
No, just stay away.
Really?
Yeah, and if there was some kind of, if I
You didn't
felt
worry
like,
about getting cold or anything?
if I felt like I was doing something funny, then I would kind of go and hit some balls until I figured out what was going on. And it depends on how long it is. You know, if you have 4 hours worth of, versus 40 minutes, it's kind of a difference too.
Yeah, and
But
these
then,
guys have had probably 4 hours,
yeah.
right?
So
they've
I'm
had a
sure
while.
they hit some balls either in the semifinals arena or in the main room there. If they had a chance to hit some balls, I'm sure they did. There's something that, you know, you want to be a little hungry. You want to feel a little bit insecure when you get to the table. If you feel too like I'm in dead punch, I've never played better than I have right now, you're going to miss a lot of easy position shots or shots just because you know, you're feeling overconfident.
Okay.
So you want to feel a little bit insecure to where you bear down. Don't forget to try on every shot and take your time. Player named Paulie Campbell, great player from Michigan, told me years ago that he said when I wasn't very old at the time, and he said, "You're doing it backwards." He said,
Watch out.
"Oh wow,
8-ball
well,
drops
that
early.
was a little,
It's going to be a win for Anthony Lewis as that
yeah,
8-ball
hard to applaud that
found
for
its way to
Anthony, but
the...
he got a point."
Yeah. Not the way he normally would want it,
No,
but in the championship match, he will definitely take it. Polls within 1 of Joshua Manuel. Over 3,000 participants here this week in Las Vegas, 49 states, 2 countries, 316 tables. And it says 5 championships, but we got 5 championships today alone to be decided. So what do we got? 5 here, 4 in the 9-ball shootout makes 9, and then 3 on top of that. So we really got 12, right?
right.
12 championships here at the Pool Player Championships. True to its name. Anthony Lewis now with the break. After some good
Break
fortune for him.
from straight on, that usually results in a more of an open table normally, but not a lot of chance for the 8 to go. That's why a lot of players like to break from the side.
Yeah, another dry break. See how that early 8 affects Joshua, or if it affects him at all.
Somebody was asking me earlier, why can't, you know, I'm here, why can't I just enter the the tournament, and this is not that kind of a tournament. We don't. This
Yeah.
is a qualifying
You got to
situation.
earn your way
You got to
here.
earn your way here.
There is no just entering. We have Mini Mania for that, though. You can
Yeah.
come play Mini Mania if you're a member and you
Yep.
got enough scores. But any of the other events we do in Vegas, you got to earn your way here.
And if you just enter, we would be here for about 6 weeks. So there would be a lot of players vying to be in the spot. Okay. I would play this 9 ball right there, right now, and then just tap it in and play the 11 ball off the 6. Hit it firm enough to where the 10 ball gets away from that 6 ball. It's going to be hard to get the 6 to move, but at least get the hit this 11 ball in here. Or where am I? I'm looking different here. Yeah, so if you can tap the 9 in, shoot the 11 ball off the 6, that's going to hopefully knock the 6 out of the way, but at least get the 10 over on this side to where he has a chance to open up that pocket. And then if he does that, then nothing major is left on the table. Yeah, he ended up on the wrong side here. Now I just hit rail first. Just try to hit it too thick on the 11 into the side cushion, off the 6 into the corner.
Joshua back to the table here.
It's not a very fun table for him either. I mean, it's great that the 6 ball is blocking the 10 for Anthony, but he's at the table now and has to hurry up and figure out what to do with that 6. There's no ball to play the combination since everything is on the rail. Lionel Bird is asking if these guys are professionals. Not yet. They may be one day. Who knows?
Pretty darn good amateurs, though.
Yeah, they're skill level 6 and 7.
A little lucky there.
Yeah, not only lucky there, but check out this. It landed just right to where he can shoot this combo now. 3-10-6.
I could see some folks tuning in, seeing Pool Dog Arena, thinking this is professional play. But
Yeah, it looks good.
what I've started telling people is APA, that's where we treat the amateurs like pros, right? Oh,
How did that not fall? Holy moly.
I don't know, but he sure owns that real estate up there in the pocket.
I believe
There you go. Look at that.
I believe I would play defense here and force him to kick at it. Because with ball in hand, he can solve that problem right there with the 3 and 6. Without ball in hand, it's going to be really difficult. I mean, he can play position to shoot that combo in. Just tap the 8 ball in, the 10 ball in slowly. Make this 6. And then just keep fighting from there, but don't want to take any risks. The 8 ball is right there if you're going to start slamming it around. Hmm. All you have to do is come by and say hi, Patrick. I will be there in August. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Be here before you know it.
Yeah, I know it, right?
Sometimes I feel like we come home from this trip and I get rested up, and now it's time to pack
Time
for
to
the
go.
next one. Yeah, it just goes by so fast in between these two.
And we have week after week of tri-cups and world qualifier and ladies playoffs and masters playoffs and
Busy
yeah,
time of year for APA
you
folks.
bet. We take a big sigh of relief July 1st, and then like you said, rest up, and then it's the World Championship shortly thereafter.
You're just joining us. Looks like we've gotten several hundred new viewers in the last several minutes. You're watching coverage of the APA 8-Ball Classic here at Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. This is the orange tier. Players that started the tournament as skill level 6s. Obviously, Anthony at the table here during the course of the tournament and winning moved to a 7, which means he gives up a game, or needs an extra game, I should say, to secure a victory here over Josh Manuel.
Well, he's got one opportunity to break them open. If we see on the overhead what he could do, since he is not playing a defense here. If you look at the overhead, you can see he can play that 10 ball, come 1, 2, 3 rails down here and make something happen. I would think that's the best opportunity. He has the wrong angle to draw into the balls. But if he didn't play a defensive shot earlier, I'm not sure why he would do it now, but we'll see what he's going to come up with. Just a thin hit, a tad of right spin, and it goes 2 rails, and it's going to feed right in. All of us have scratched on that shot in the past. It's always good to learn all the scratch shots. All right, it's going to be a close hit here. The referee is going to come over to watch the hit. The 8 ball has him blocked, so that's the good part. Normally not a fan of leaving issues like that for the end, but the good thing is he pulled it off. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything easy here for Joshua from what I can tell. Oh, he can kick at it. Okay. Hit that reverse 2 rail kick with a lot of right. The problem still exists though for Anthony here.
Good look there at Pool Dog Arena and the crowd here today, or this evening, I should say. What are we, 4:30? Technically still afternoon on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. And this is that time that we have the transition where some of the people have left, especially the ones that drove in to Las Vegas, left, and the 9-ball players have just come in, and the doubles 8-ball players and the wheelchair players, so they're already in the big room playing.
Down the hall.
Yeah, where we have the 300 tables set up. what is it? 311 was it?
316 total.
316.
I think we've got, what, 10, 11 in here?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's going to try a one rail kick here on the 11. Probably going to have to add just a tiniest bit of right spin on it so he doesn't mess with the point of the pocket. There you go. Nice shot.
Watch out. Okay.
Didn't get much love there as far as coming up for the 8. Still got work to do.
Anthony looking to tie it up at 2 games apiece here.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Breathes a sigh of relief as he just
wow.
misses scratching in that opposite corner, but he has now evened things up at 2 games apiece. Of course, he needs to get to 5 before Joshua gets to 4. So we're now at a 3-2 race. Started with 216 players in the orange tier. Here in Vegas, I should say. Doesn't include, like you said at the outset, what we started with on the qualifier boards. And then at the regional level, that's kind of like Greg said at the opening ceremonies. You know, once you get here, you're already a champion because you've already won.
Yes.
You know,
No
on a
question.
lot of different levels. So a lot of people forget that.
And just experiencing, Vegas, obviously, but this tournament, it blows everybody away the first time they get here. To see, go into room after room. Whoa, 8 ball. Oh,
Whoa.
room after room after room. Just pool, just tables everywhere and diehard pool fans and players everywhere.
Our good friend Casey Jones tuning in. It's good to hear from you, Casey. Remember Casey was part of our production team here doing the post-match interviews, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
was a big part of our team. Moved on for a
I
new
didn't
opportunity,
know,
but
yeah.
we still love Casey, and it's good to hear from her. Should
Hi,
mention the
Casey.
folks behind the scenes, too. Of course, our production team. Ava and I are kind of on the front line of it, but they're back there making it all work.
Absolutely.
Hitting all the right buttons. Kara Price leading our team, and Josh Fletcher, Keegan Mills, Kirk Lyman, Ayanna Kohler, Dalton Owenby.
It's quite a crew.
Kevin Hinkabine, a whole crew, and then that doesn't include the tournament director, Scott Nelson, who's in here right now, Dana Patton, the floor manager who's been in here. A lot of folks making this work. Our referees, of course.
Yeah, we have the easy part. We just sit down when they're all done with the hard work
They
for
take
3
pretty good
days
care of
and
us, don't
talk.
they?
They do. Don't even have to tear down afterwards. That's some job. You guys should see how they tear this,
Well,
get the
I
tables
do have
out.
to tear down
Oh, you
afterwards.
do?
Oh,
That's too bad for you.
It is
I'll
quite
be
the
at the Edge
scene.
Steakhouse while you're tearing
The
down
good thing
before
is
my
we
flight
have an
leaves.
even larger crew that comes in and helps with that. But yes, tear down is it's not as difficult as setup, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Easier to pull it down than put it up. Several days going to putting this room together.
But it's more fun to put it together, though. It's kind of like
Well, I'll tell you,
cooking.
it
It's
looks a
fun. The
lot prettier
cleaning
once we put it
afterwards.
up. Yeah, when we
Yeah.
tear it down, this room is a disaster.
We want to give a shout out to all the vendors that are here too. If you like
So
anything
many
pool,
vendors.
if you like anything pool, you need anything pool, you've got every display possible. It is one giant, or actually 2 rooms full of vendors, the top billiard products you could possibly find. So people usually go home with an extra bag or really stuff their bag and might have to pay. I'm going to have to pay for some,
New luggage?
no, for some extra weight in my bag
Did some
because I'm
shopping,
getting
huh?
some cues. Yeah, I'm getting some cues and some other stuff. So
Cues for you or cues for those in
no,
your life?
for our
Gifts.
players.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We do some charity raffles and stuff for our junior program and stuff. So that's
Nice.
nice to have some good stuff. So I go shopping.
Of course, our junior championships, not too far
Yeah,
off. That'll be in late June there in St. Louis.
that's coming up too. Yeah, month and a half.
That's crazy to think about. Month and a half. But yep, you're right.
And I love how our junior program has really taken off. I mean, we scrambled to have about 6 kids, I think, the first year or something, like maybe 4 in the other. Now I think we had 40 kids playing in our playoff tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. We were able to send 3 kids to St. Louis this year from our little Coastal Carolina APA.
Anthony Lewis at the table here. Again, Anthony's from Montgomery, Illinois. Been playing pool, what did he say? About 10
Nice shot.
years.
Nice shot. Yeah, you can tell he is pretty knowledgeable. He's made a few mistakes position-wise or maybe missed a but he's
It's interesting. He said something about how did you start playing pool? He said a national champ made me play. I don't know who that national champ is,
kind of short of explanation there.
but
Like,
apparently he had some type of very good mentor
yeah,
at some point.
and that could be a national pro champ or it could be a national champ
Don't know.
from the APA National Championship. So that's pretty cool.
A lot of good players out of Illinois. Of course, that's another huge state for APA. Illinois, Florida, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Just got a question here about juniors, 7 years old, 7 to 17. And it's great to watch because, we had in one of our finals, we sent 3 kids in one of our finals. We had a 17-year-old playing, I think he's 9. So it's kind of fun to see, the 7 years. And we have a meeting in the beginning. We said parents obviously have to be here, but come on, kids, we need you guys to be respectful of the equipment, of each other. And their 7-year-olds are twice as respectful as some of our players are. It's kind of great to see how you'd think it was a crazy mayhem, but it's not. These kids are great.
Somebody said the national champ is Jesse Garcia. Not a name I'm familiar with, but
Not me neither.
it's good to know. Thank you for that information.
Wants that to bounce out a little bit more. He's going to have to just trust himself here. He wanted an angle, just not, he didn't want to be straight in, but enough of an angle. It's looking pretty good. He would love to have been over about a half an inch over. Because it looks like he's going to need to force down 12 in the side. Does not go past the 8. Unless he can force it into the side rail and back out for the side. And look out, 5-ball. That's going to be trouble. That's trouble.
I was looking ahead at the names in the purple tier, which is your 7-level tier that we'll have later today. Daryl Davis, Rayford, North Carolina, and Bob Hendricks, Zeeland, Michigan. Not familiar with either of those players, which is kind of unique. A lot of times when we get to that top tier, a lot of times the name we've seen before, an Ernesto Bayawa or a Dustin Gunya is another one that's been there the last few
Right.
years.
So that's fun to see some
Yeah, some fresh faces.
in the higher skill
And I'm
level.
sure there's people out there that are like, how could you have never heard of these guys? They
Yeah, of
win
course.
everything in my area. Well, I get that, but
If you don't live in that area, you may not have known
right.
about it. So
So we're excited for that match.
that'll be the end of the today. Oh, wow. Would
Nice
that have been
try.
something? Well, it's not laying great, obviously. 6 ball, I don't believe goes, but he does have a chance here if he can just shoot 5 ball and then off the 7, and that'll take care of that problem there. And then he's going to have to figure out what to do with the 6 ball after that.
Someone said, is there more than one referee at the championships? Yeah, there are
Oh, wow.
dozens of referees. Now here in Pool Dog Arena, there are 2. And they will rotate out each rack. And then we have a floor manager and a tournament director in here as well. So a lot of watchful eyes here in Pool Dog Arena, but lots of referees that come out.
Yeah. They get well taken care of, but the flights and room and food and everything else, but they are volunteers and they're players from around the country that are higher skill level players that understand the rules real well, that know the rules, that can make hit calls, and they do a phenomenal job. And then our league operators that
League operators
work
serve
and,
as floor
yeah,
managers and
yeah.
observers. Some of them working behind the scenes as well. I mentioned Ayana on our production team this week. She is, of course, a league operator here in Las Vegas with her very well-known husband, Florian Kohler. Nice to have her on board.
Did a good job today.
She's quite a pool player herself,
Yeah.
for those that don't know. Ball in hand to Joshua Manuel.
Yeah, the question was which one was he going to deal with first. So he's going to go ahead and play this up so then he can play the 5-12-7 combination afterwards, I guess. That's what he's looking at. It's not a gimme, but it's looking very doable. Just wants to get a good shot at this. Oh, he can make the 7 right now. Oh, I didn't think he could. I know the referee is going to come over there and take a look and make sure that it's good hit.
Does not drop.
Good hit it was, but did he get away with it? He did, didn't he? Wow. There's a break. There's a break for Joshua.
Derek, there are a few seats here left in the arena. Not a lot of seats, but I would say at least a dozen. You want to come down and take in this match, and shouldn't be too long after we finish out the orange tier that we get started with the purple tier. We were scheduled to start about 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't think that'll happen based on where we are with this match, and we got to give out the trophies and prize money and kind of reset some things. But again, if you go ahead and hit the like button on our Facebook page or the follow button, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you get a notification when that match begins. Watch out.
Well, it's a good hit, but that's about it.
Chance for Joshua Manuel. Finish out this rack, put himself on the hill. Would be 1 game away from victory if he can finish this out.
That's going to stop just in time to be perfect. Oh no, I completely spaced. I had to look down for a second. He's playing that. That's not so perfect. I was thinking he was on the stripe. Well, he made it. Nice stroke.
8 ball away from the hill here. And he pockets it without any issue, takes a 3-2 lead in this race to 4 for him. One game away from victory. He will have the break in the next rack. Anthony Lewis has to hope for another chance at the table here in Pool Dog Arena. We've got a moment. I want to make sure we thank all of our sponsors, the folks at pooldog.com, Action Cues, Aramith Billiard Balls, and of course Diamond Tables, our newest partner. Everyone seems pretty excited about the Diamond Tables.
Yes. Everybody has been really pleased with how they're playing.
I've been telling people, it's hard to. How do you make the world's largest pool tournament better or sexier? You fill it with diamonds. You fill it with diamonds.
That's pretty slick. I love how how the table and the cloth kind of match our lights. When you walk into the room, it looks pretty cool. All right. Not an easy table here. You can see this mess on this side, but there's plenty of balls for him to try to get to it. So he's got the solids, shooting the 7 ball. I don't know if he can make it. Is he banking it? Oh, he's playing defense. That was not the best of defensive shots.
Well, the scratch will result in ball in hand for Anthony Lewis.
Yes, the 7 goes up. Everybody starts as a 6 in this tier. And, match after match after match after match after match has been input as you go along in the tournament. And some of the players, obviously, they're playing well if they were already kind of close.
I did not look
that
at
many matches.
CompuSport. Do you know how many matches they've played to get here?
I don't. I
didn't look at that.
Know, but
yeah. That's a perfect plug for CompuSport.
yeah,
If you want to
it's
check
somewhere
out the
between
brackets.
6 and 8 or 9,
6 or
something
8
like
matches.
that.
Okay.
So 7, right? Depends also if you ended up on the loser side. So.
Yeah. So you're right. It's it's almost a session worth of
at least a half
scores.
a session.
Yeah,
definitely half a session worth of scores. So obviously in a half a session you can go up if you win every match. I mean every match, and you're playing well and trying hard. Then I don't think anybody would be that surprised if they may possibly go up or not. We have, then you're looking at Joshua. He has not gone up. He's played just as many matches, and he has not gone up to a 7. So depends on where you were on the ladder when you started. Yeah, Johnny Bast, just because you're not seeing it here doesn't mean that he hasn't been playing lights out. This table hasn't been very friendly as far as runouts, but I saw him some in the semifinals before this, and he played really well. I also watched his very first match, I believe it was, against a player named Donnie Massengill, plays in my area, so I was watching one of my players, and he played lights out. He played a really solid game. So one match that doesn't quite tell the whole story. Nerves out here, different table, different speed, and like I said, the table hasn't been very kind to these two guys as far as opening up and giving nice runouts. All right, not a bad choice there. Open those balls up. Smart play. Stop Joshua from making anything, so he's just going to intentionally go ahead and make this and get it out of the way. And now guess what? He's in that same spot, locking the pocket here for Anthony. Good shot there.
I know we mentioned at the beginning of the match, but $15,000 prize package on the line here in this 8-Ball Classic final.
Oh, that was an even better shot. Is he going to get anything for it? Yeah, he's got the 5. And you know what? I'm thinking that Anthony could be in trouble here. There's the double combination here. That's not a problem. Making the 5, getting on the 6. Or come all the way around. This is the key. Oh boy. Well, he got it. Get this one ball off the rail here. Draw it back for the 2 if he can. Have to be in long, smooth draw stroke. All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, he would have loved to be a lot straighter than this to stay there on the 1 ball. Getting position on the 1 here is not the easiest because the 10 ball being where it is, he can't go back and forth. So he could go into the balls, but that's always taking a chance also. Oh, he can go back and forth. How well did you hit that, Joshua? Well done.
Even Anthony has to applaud at that shot.
And for his last trick here, getting on the 8. Is he gonna draw it? No. I think so he would jack up and go ahead and draw it. Maybe come over here anywhere in there he can make the 8-ball.
All right. Moment of truth.
Yeah.
Down to just the 8-ball for Joshua Manuel.
15,000 on the line, and Anthony will be looking at 9, which is not a bad deal either way, but you want that #1 trophy. You know, the money you're going to spend, X amount of time, it's going to be gone, but the trophy is for life. All right, here we go. This bank shot for all the marbles.
And he
Nice.
nailed it, folks. He absolutely
done.
nailed it. Joshua Manuel. He is your 8-Ball Classic champion in the orange tier. And he finishes it off in style. See if we can get a word with him.
Congratulations on winning the APA 8-Ball Classic.
You're welcome.
And so when you were down to the 8-ball, you left yourself for a bank.
Yeah.
Tell me, was there any pressure with $15,000 on the line?
Yeah, because I was thinking put it on the corner, but I got short, so the only plan I can do is to bank it. That's why
Bank in the ball. Were you confident making that shot?
I do.
Yeah. Did you have anybody at home that you wanted to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my friend right there, my homies, San Gabriel Valley, and yeah,
Looks like you brought your support group.
yeah,
That's awesome.
and my inspiration, Efren Reyes.
Inspiration, Efren Reyes. All right. Well, again, congratulations on winning the APA 8-Ball Classic. Back to you, Jason and Ava.
Thank you, Ayana. And again, congratulations to Joshua Manuel, the 8-Ball Classic champion in the orange tier. Again, he's taking home that $15,000 prize package. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. We'll be back in just a little bit. We're going to have purple tier of the 8-Ball Classic, the heavy hitters, the skill level 7s. You're going to want to come back and join us. Don't miss it. And again, thank you for tuning in.